Naturalist Intelligence. Naturalist intelligence is the ability to recognize, distinguish, and classify living things in the environment. These abilities would likely have been valuable for survival, particularly in foraging and recognizing environmental hazards. People strong in this area may be especially attentive to recurring patterns in the natural world, including plants, animals, seasons, and environmental conditions. These abilities can be useful in fields such as botany, ecology, and environmental science. Spatial intelligence. Spatial intelligence is the ability to accurately perceive the visual world and perform mental transformations on those perceptions. Spatial abilities may have been shaped by challenges such as navigation, tracking, and understanding unfamiliar environments. People with high spatial abilities can often interpret maps and mentally manipulate three-dimensional objects, and may find visual representations particularly useful when solving certain problems. Architects, graphic designers, and pilots depend heavily on spatial intelligence. Intrapersonal intelligence. Intrapersonal intelligence is the capacity for profound self-knowledge and the ability to act adaptively based on that internal insight. The capacity for self-reflection allows humans to evaluate their own thoughts, behavior, strengths, and limitations. People exhibiting this intelligence may be particularly skilled at reflecting on their own strengths, limitations, motivations, and behavior. They may also be particularly capable of monitoring their own emotional states and adjusting their behavior in response. Linguistic intelligence. Linguistic intelligence is the ability to use words effectively to communicate complex concepts orally and in writing. Language depends on distributed networks across the brain that support communication, memory, meaning, and social interaction. Individuals with high linguistic intelligence show a deep sensitivity to syntax, sound, and rhythm. They may show strong verbal memory and sensitivity to language, often manipulating language effectively to persuade or inform. Writers, lawyers, and journalists commonly rely on this cognitive profile. Musical intelligence. Musical intelligence is the capacity to perceive, discriminate, transform, and express acoustic patterns. Researchers have proposed that rhythmic behaviors may have contributed to early human social bonding. People with this intelligence show a high sensitivity to pitch, melody, and tone. They quickly memorize audio sequences and easily detect minute differences in sound frequencies. Composers, conductors, and musicians often exhibit characteristics associated with high musical intelligence. Bodily-Kinesthetic Intelligence. Bodily-Kinesthetic Intelligence is the expertise in using the whole body to express ideas and transform physical objects. Motor coordination and fine control would have been valuable for tasks such as tool-making. Individuals display extraordinary physical coordination, balance, and dexterity. They possess sharp tactile sensitivity and may benefit from hands-on interaction and physical practice when learning certain skills. Professional athletes, surgeons, and dancers frequently utilize bodily kinesthetic intelligence. Interpersonal intelligence. Interpersonal intelligence is the ability to accurately perceive the moods, intentions, motivations, and underlying feelings of others. This cognitive trait depends on distributed brain systems involved in social perception and decision-making. Highly developed individuals exhibit strong psychological empathy and excellent nonverbal communication skills. They may be particularly skilled at interpreting facial expressions, social cues, and competing motivations to resolve group conflicts. Psychologists, diplomats, and human resource directors regularly utilize interpersonal intelligence. Logical mathematical intelligence. Logical mathematical intelligence is the capacity to use numbers effectively, recognize patterns, and reason through deductive logic. People exhibiting this intelligence easily spot logical patterns where others see random noise. They excel at complex calculations, enjoy solving abstract puzzles, and naturally categorize data. Mathematicians, computer programmers, and accountants strongly exhibit logical mathematical intelligence. Emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence is the ability to monitor emotions, discriminate between them, and use this information to guide behavior. Emotional intelligence is a separate psychological framework developed by researchers such as Peter Salovey and John Mayer, and later popularized by Daniel Goleman. It is not one of Gardner's original multiple intelligences. This concept emphasizes the role of emotional information in navigating social complexity. People with stronger emotional intelligence skills may be better at recognizing, regulating, and responding appropriately to emotional information. They manage interpersonal relationships, empathetically and effectively channel emotions into productive problem solving. Mediators, clinical therapists, and organizational leaders heavily leverage emotional intelligence. Existential intelligence. Existential intelligence is the cognitive capacity to tackle deep, abstract questions regarding human existence. While Howard Gardner considered existential intelligence as a possible addition, it is not generally presented as one of his original 8 intelligences. It focuses on abstract questions about existence, consciousness, and reality. People drawn to this domain often focus on questions others might avoid. Why does humanity exist? What is consciousness? And what exactly is reality? Cosmologists, theoretical physicists, and existential philosophers explore this specific cognitive domain. If you want to discuss this video or suggest an idea for the next one, leave a comment below.